So let's talk about something. We've talked about Apple and Android, and we talk about different operating systems, and we talk about a lot of different phones. But have you ever just talked about slabs and foldables? I don't currently have a foldable anymore. I sent my Z Fold 3 back after some time with it. The battery life just was not going to work for me. But let's talk about the differences between just a slab phone and a foldable. You got a decent screen on the outside and a big screen on the inside. This, you just have one screen for the most part. And then you got some back glass that surrounds your camera. Pretty simple, right? Now, why did I send my Z Fold 3 back, and did I shy away from a foldable? Well, I live a different lifestyle, and I move around a little bit different, and just the way that things work out for me, that this is a really heavy freaking phone. Don't get me wrong, the iPhone 14 Pro Max is really, really freaking heavy, like really heavy. My S23 Ultra, which I'm recording this video, is pretty heavy too, and in some aspects, they are really, really close in that weight range. Just different screens and just different feels in the hand and stuff like that. The iPhone feels really good in the hands, by the way. But with a foldable, they're getting a lot better with it. The Z Fold 5, the weight has come down tremendously. The Pixel Fold is really heavy, and a lot of those foldables are really heavy. And then once you put a case on it, it's just like anything. You take one of these phones, it's a pretty big damn screen, and you put a case on it, and it becomes a whole different device. Now, you take these cases off, and it adds a different element to it, and it really, you get a lot more of a different feel in the hand, and it's just a different way of interacting with it. I like rocking with no cases, and I like rocking with cases. But the foldables in the pocket, I'm going to be honest with you, with a case on that Z Fold 3 in my pocket, it felt, listen, I was limited to some shorts that I could wear because the bulge and just how much it filled up that pocket. At work, when you're trying to bend and trying to manipulate material in your body, and sometimes you lean stuff against this in your pocket, and you just do the best that you can. But I felt like I was going to break that phone in half in some ways. So the weight is a huge thing with the foldables. If you are a pocket carrier, that might be an issue for you. If you carry a purse or you carry a bag or something like that, and your bulge in your pocket is not the biggest deal to you, then you might have a different route of going with that. But for me, I wear shorts in the summer, pants in the winter, and I don't wear like skinny pants or anything like that. I try to get pockets that are accommodating, and that was just one thing with the Z Fold that was a little bit much, the weight and the dust resistance and the water resistance. I'm not saying I go fucking scuba diving, excuse my language. I don't go scuba diving with this or my S23 or my S22 Ultras. I don't really put a lot of my electronics through a bunch of water hazards, but absolutely no dust resistance with that phone. And I'm pretty sure that they made it better on these new ones, but with the hinge, it's just a pain in the ass. So no dust resistance, and I work in a mill industry with wood, and yeah, that just, I was really nervous about carrying that phone, and to the point where I was putting it in a plastic bag to carry it at work. I'm over that. Nope, I'm good. So the dust resistance was a thing, but the water I really wasn't worried about. I wasn't trying to get my devices wet. And with a case, it's just nuts. The weight and the size of the phone, the bulkiness of it. So that was just a few things. It's really just those few things, and the battery life. The battery life on that device, between the weight, the dust resistance, the water resistance, the battery life, that was really enough for me. It really was, because I would go to work on a full charge. I would unplug the phone basically out of the charger before I left the house to try and make sure it was good with that. And then I'm just turning off all the features to make it through the day, and it would still. I would get home, my iPhone and my S23 Ultra now. I get home and I got 60-70% battery life some days. Some days 40 or 50, but with the Z Fold, it was like, you're barely gonna make it. You're barely gonna make it. Are you gonna make it to the house, or do you got a charging cord in the car? We're gonna need that charging cord in the car to try to get it to 30%, so that I can look up some shit when I get to the house and I'm relaxing after work. That was annoying. Battery life just gone. The performance of it was good. The cameras were good. That's it, just good. The Z Fold 5 is supposed to be a lot better, but it still does not have the S22 Ultra or the S23 Ultra cameras. I don't know. We'll get there, man. We will get there. Big batteries, battery life, better screens. It's all coming, but that was an exciting adventure with the Z Fold and the foldable. I just found out that I'm a slab guy. I like the foldables too. If I was to go traveling the world and go on a lot of road trips like we were doing, that phone is great for GPS and traveling and watching movies on the go. And if you don't have big TVs at the house and you can't access TVs, those are good, because you get a great entertainment part of having that phone without the screen. So on the Z Fold 3, on that one, the screen, the outside screen was just worthless. My thumbs are too big for that shit to type. You go to try to click on something and go into something, it's just too small of a screen with too much going on. They fixed that with this newer ones. The Fold 4 and the Fold 5 is a lot better. And the Z Flip, I also had that, the 3. Battery life and out in the sun, no screen quality. The screen quality out in the sun was terrible on the Z Flip. The Z Fold, for whatever reason, you could turn it all the way up and it wasn't too bad, but the Z Flip just... That's a cool device too. The Z Flip was really cool device because it's so small and in the pocket. That is one of the best phones for carrying. Just like in the gun world, you pick a gun that you're going to carry every day and you want it to be comfy. You get a nice holster. You set yourself up for success, and it's not supposed to be terrible making it through the day, or you're not supposed to be sacrificing anything to make it through the day. And some of these devices will leave you doing that, because you can't use the features. The battery will be dead by freaking 4 hours in my shift listening to Bluetooth and looking at some shit. And man, I don't like keeping charging cords around. I've never been huge with that, keeping charging cords at work. And now I have a couple of them there and I have access to them, but I don't really like... I like to charge my shit before I go to work, and it lasts through my shift, and I don't have to turn off features. I don't turn anything off on this. I don't turn anything off on the S23 Ultra anymore. I'm not throttling my devices, and that's what these foldables were doing to me. The experience is nice, but yeah. So that's foldables and slabs, you guys. That's how I feel. The Z Flip is really great in the pocket. If those things that I said, battery life, screen resolution in the sun, and brightness in the sun, the nits just weren't enough on the Flip, but the folds are all good, man. After the second fold, you can rock one of these phones. Just don't expect to be a power user and to get heavy usage throughout your day and it be there waiting on you, because it'll be dead on the... You'll go pick that thing up off the counter to go use it or take it out of your pocket, and it's got 17%, and 22 minutes later it's dead. It's completely off and it's fucking killed itself. You guys stay tuned for more videos. Please subscribe, comment, and like this video. This 14 Pro Max, the S23 Ultra. The S22 Ultra has proven itself. I give it to that. My wife still loves that phone, and its battery life is killing it. It's great. I recommend these devices. I would even recommend a Fold 5. It just depends on what it is that you're doing with your life. But if you're a power user and you need it to make it through an 8 to 10 hour day, don't do it to yourself. You need a big boy. Get the Pros, the Ultras, the Pixel Pros. Yeah, stay in the slab zone. But if you want to have some fun, go and get you a Fold or a Flip, man. Just don't expect a platinum package out of it. It depends on what you expect. You guys have a great one. Thank you for watching. Holla at your boy.